All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harakak Wadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing this truth to sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Kanaksan by Yashar from the Lions of the Yashar camp. And the topic of this lesson is going to be a question asked in this little forum that I follow called Quora. And the question was asked, it says, Russia has more nuclear weapons than any other country. How can NATO realistically stop them? All right. And once again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for giving us this truth, this understanding, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to prophesy in these times and speak unto the people, the children of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and 2/3 of our people, these other nations, and about the destruction that's going to come. All right, and it's all being brought forth by Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So this question actually goes into prophecy, and part of it's in Ezekiel chapter 38, and Revelation chapter 13, and amongst other chapters, because Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai is opening up his armory, man. And he's bringing forth the weapons of his indignation. And those weapons are going to be these ICBM missiles that are going to be shot off all across the globe. And 200 million of those missiles are going to hit American soil. All right, so it says, Russia has more nuclear weapons than any other country. How can NATO realistically stop them? All right, so before I go into because it's only like a little small paragraph. But before I go into what that says, let's go into some scriptures maybe, and let's start out with Ezekiel chapter 38 real quick, because it's the Lord, it's Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai equipping Russia to let them be enough to take out the beast. All right, so it's Ezekiel chapter 38. Slack. This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and 1. It says, And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against it. All right. So that's Russia, Eurasia, and Kremlin. All right. It says, And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Right. So even though Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is rising Russia up and forming the old Soviet Union back, is the Most High is still against them. All right. He's against all these nations. He's only for the elect of the children of Israel. All right. And if you're not of the elect of the children of Israel, you are enemy to the Lord. All right. No matter what nation you are. All right. So it says, verse 4, it says, And I will turn thee back. Right? I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies and horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even all them handling swords. Right? And the modern day sword is a gun, and the ultimate weapon is the missiles. All right, so these armies are going to be fully equipped, right along with Russia, right, to bring down NATO and the United States. All right, it says, in theory, NATO can't stop an all-out Russian nuclear attack. They have so many, almost 6,000 warheads. I mean, nuclear bombs. All right, it says, in reality, a good portion of those numbers are not operational. Maintenance on missiles like those are very expensive. Let's say half won't launch or get to their target. That still leaves 3,000 that are threats to someone. Still too much to stop with any air defense system. All right. That's why the scripture said, all they that bend the bow, shoot at her, man. Shoot at her round about. All right. So this is the Lord equipping Russia, because it's prophesied. Let me go to Let me go to Revelations chapter 13. All right. And it says, okay, this is Revelation 13:4. It says, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Who's able to make war with America? Who's able to make war with NATO? The bear that's referenced to in verse 2. All right. This is Revelation 13:2. It says, and the beast which I saw like unto a leopard, right? That's coming into the Greek Empire with Alexander, and his feet were like the feet of a bear, and that's going to be the end of the thing. All right, the feet represents the end of something, and that bear is going to be Russia. That's going to take down America and NATO. All right. So moving forward from there, so what's going to be used to take them down? All right, the missiles. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is opening up his armory to bring forth the weapons of the indignation. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that blow up the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. All right. So it's Yahweh Shem Yahushua putting the mindset of all these scientists to bring forth weapons of his indignation, of his righteous anger, because he's going to bring judgment upon the whole earth. Okay. So now let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. It says, a sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Right. America's the hammer of the earth, that spearhead for NATO. But NATO and the European Union are the ones holding the hammer, swinging it. All right. So how is the whole hammer of the earth cease? Because it's going to be destroyed, man. America's going to first be stripped of all its riches. It's not going to be looked at no more as being tender and delicate, right? And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is making America a gazing stock amongst all the nations. All right, it says, verse 23, Jeremiah 50 and 23 says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon became a desolation among the nations? Like how? That's a question. Like how is this possible? The glory of all kingdoms, how did it get broken down like that in 1 hour? But the Lord's breaking it down financially right now. You know, the dollar's depreciating. American economy is slowly declining. Well, not slowly, rapidly declining, constricting the world economy, which is causing a recession. And ultimately, America is not going to be able to rebound from that recession, and they're going to go into a new form of currency, which is going to be the CHIP, the MOTB. But they have to create calamities in order, because they're going to make it feel like this is safety. This is your only way out. This is the best decision for you to make. It's going to be so much. It's not going to be only just by force. It's going to be coercion. It's going to be manipulation. It's going to be deception used to bring forth this CHIP among all the people. All right, it's going to be a new form of currency, the way they can monitor and track every single thing. The whole thing is all out power and control over everything, turning the human beings into cyborgs, man. Having them be the internet of all things. To where like they can go inside the body and read biometrics and things like that. They're because like how many people have said, oh, I wouldn't mind having that if I could just scan my hand. Yeah, that's cool. I don't have to carry around a wallet. I don't have to carry around this. I will never have to worry about losing my identification. I've heard people say things like this to where like, they would be accepting. So a lot of people are going to be accepting to what they're trying to bring. But you have the men of the Lord coming out there in sincerity and truth, letting them know what the MOTB is, in Revelation 13 and 16 being RFID technology, man. You know, the new form of currency, which is being brought forth by their new world order. All right. But, you know, within all that, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy this place, man. Utterly destroy this place. Isaiah 50 and 24 says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. And thou wast not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Why? How have they striven against the Lord? By touching the apple of the Lord's eye. All these countries had a part in our captivity, but America played the biggest part in it. The United States played the biggest part, and we're still held captive in this land today. You know. So this whole thing, and it's funny. The president of the PRC, People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, however you say it, he gave a speech like early January for some East Asian alliance group convention where he spoke at, and he was basically saying how it's ironic that America introduced the world to nuclear warfare, and roughly paraphrasing, he was saying that was going to be the way America was taken out. And he said the irony in that, and that's all prophecy, man. You have individuals like Vladimir Putin quoting Bible scriptures that he said God told him to say. So we're watching Yahweh Shem Yahushua turn back our captivity right before our eyes, and we're seeing how he's manipulating the whole thing, man. He's making this happen according to his word and his will. All right. That just shows the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, so he's laid a snare for Esau, man, and for America. When America dropped big man and little man, all right, they gained their rights of hegemony as being a powerhouse nation on the earth. However, that was going to lead them to their own demise. All right. The same way they introduced it is going to be the same way they were taken out. They're taken out by thermonuclear warfare, ICBM missiles, nuclear war. And it's inevitable, man. It's nothing you could do to stop it. It doesn't matter where they wanted to put the doomsday clock. They can put it past 12, or they can put it at 1. Because, you know, at noonday, spiritually, according to the scriptures, is going to be the height of the war when all these missiles are going to come raining down on this place, man. And that's the snare that's laid for them by Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right, verse 25, it says, the Lord has opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. And that's talking about America. It says, come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Right, and that's what's going to happen to this place. And nothing of this place is going to be left. All right, this place is going to be smoke and pitch and lava, molten rock, lake of fire. By the time the Lord's done with this place, man. All right. So and with this question.